Hey, I hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. My name is Angela Marie Williams. I am a success coach and I'm so excited to chat with you all today about knowing your values and how they can lead you to your dream life. So my mission is to empower as many individuals as possible to realize their purpose, dreams, and potential by providing transformational coaching, consulting, and educational experiences. So today is the 2-year anniversary of the last day that I worked for someone else, and I'm celebrating that today. And I want to share that journey with you because I think it's so important to share, and I think a lot of people may be in a similar place. So I wanted to share that with you today. So all along, I think growing up, I was exposed to individuals my family members who had their own businesses. There was a lot of things that I learned from them that were pulling me and guiding me toward having my own business. I saw the freedoms. I saw the way that they could kind of do things on their own time, really things that I loved. And for a long time knew that I wanted to have my own business in some capacity. So I wanted to support people too. That was my mission. That was my passion, was supporting people through, helping them, right? Mostly in the way of therapy, talking to them about their feelings, asking them important questions, helping them to realize things about themselves. So I knew that was going to be my focus. There are some things, to be a licensed therapist, there's a lot of school and different experiences that you need to have and do in order to get to that point where you can kind of have your own therapy practice. So I was kind of going through the motions there, working on the education and the experiences. And, I think there were a lot of times where I got into these jobs and kind of, went all in at first because that's who I am. I'm an achiever. I like to go all in. I'm excited about that. And then really got to these points of burnout. And a lot of the times, whether that's in, nonprofits, agencies, really the helping fields in general, there's a lot of demand and it's sometimes difficult to keep up with, and there's a lot of stress that can be involved and a lot of high turnover rates. So a lot of burnout, as you can imagine, and all of that goes with it. So I found myself burning out in these positions, and a lot of times it was because there were things that I really didn't like about the larger systems that were involved, whether that was the agency or just the kind of the culture of how we were doing things right at the time. So when I found myself burning out, I was then able to move over to a different role, more education, whatever that looked like, at the time, what I needed, that stepping stone up. And so I was happy to be able to navigate to that. And, I got to a point where in my last job, I was really feeling burned out. And I didn't really get it for a little bit. I didn't understand why I was burning out, because on paper, the job was really great for me. I was so excited when I started. It was a lot of the things I loved. I was able to educate. I was able to empower. I was able to work with people one-on-one. I was able to do a lot of the things that I love. So after really, kind of going through it, being burned out, really trying to understand where that came from, it really came down to a couple of things. One is that I wasn't living the dream that I had in my heart. So anytime that we go against this thing that's always calling you, that's, pulling you toward your dream life, and we go against that, we're kind of saying no to ourselves, right? So we give up some of that ownership and leadership of our life and kind of give up some of that, happiness, right? That could be there too, that alignment. So there was that. And also, as I mentioned, some of the values, so I'll just tell you my values right now. My values are knowledge, empowerment, freedom, self-love, and adventure and fun. And so some of those values that I really held dear, that knowledge, that empowerment, that self-love, I was able to interact with people in that way and teach them and support them in that. So that was really checking off the boxes. But I really came to find that the larger values for me were in freedom. So freedom of time, freedom of money, freedom of decision making. So a lot of the things when I was working for another company, those were the things I couldn't negotiate. I wasn't able to have an unlimited earning cap. I wasn't able to decide where I was going to have meetings, or, with who or how or when, right? So those are some of the freedom of choice that I really wanted and was looking for, but wasn't really finding those other things. I wasn't really having that freedom of time, being able to pick and choose what I was doing with my energy and time and all of that. So that really won out in the end, and being able to understand my values truly and fully was able to guide me to that next step. So that really gave me that final push when my body was physically reacting and saying no, like in the burnout, right? I was getting sick, I was going to the doctors more, I was exhausted, I was breaking down emotionally, right? When my body was giving me those signs and saying, hey, this is not for you, this is not working, finally being able to say, okay, why is it not working? Turning inward and saying, okay, it is finally time for me to honor that calling in my heart and start my own business the way that I want and go full time in that. So it was time for me. You know, it's unfortunate sometimes we wait until we're breaking down or we're stressed or whatever. And, you know, but it's sometimes that's the final push. That's a kick in the butt. I'm a little bit of that kick in the butt person. I need that loving kick in the butt sometimes to get that action going. So that was it for me. And what I want to do now is really help others in that journey. So I want to provide some encouragement to those who are listening who, you know, if you are trying to make a decision, you know you have this higher calling, maybe you don't exactly know what it is, but you know it's something more than what you're doing now. It's something, you know, maybe it is opening a business, writing a book, changing careers, whatever that may look like for you. If you're kind of on the threshold here of having that higher calling, but not exactly being able to formulate the next right step or that point A to point B, I'm here to help and support you from my, you know, learning from my previous experience. So I just really want to share that. Since the time that I've been able to go full time, so it's been 2 years to this day, that the last day I was working a full-time job for somebody else. So 2 years, I've been able to double the earning income than what I made at that job. I actually wrote a list of wins for 2021. I now own 2 businesses, 2 companies that support the mission, vision, and values that I have. I'll share with you my vision. My vision is to raise the collective of women, really individuals, but women in specifically, but and impact generational growth around the world. I'm here to help you, to support you and empower you and uplift you so that you can empower the generations ahead. That is my legacy. That is my purpose. That is something that brings me passion and drives me. That's my why. And my mission is to empower as many individuals to realize their purpose and dreams and potential. Because when we do that, when we step into our purpose and our mission, and when we are guided by the things that are important to us, we show up as a better human being. We do so much more with our time, with our talents, when we are doing the things that are really calling us versus kind of being pushed by, you know, somebody else's agenda. We are really led by the things that light us up and bring us passion and joy and excitement. And that brings a better version of us to the world, and that allows us to impact the world in a better way. So I would love to impact people in that way so they can not only impact their following, their people, their circle, anyone that they want to bring into business or life or love with them, but also the future generations that are learning from, you know, folks that are willing to share their message. So that's really important to me. And I wrote a list of wins for 2021. I held 45 coaching sessions for clients in 2 countries. I led 18 free live informational workshops, recorded 4 episodes of the Bigger, Braver Life Show. We are going to be recording, I believe, episode 9. Is that episode 9 this week? Yeah, this week, so I'm so excited about that. I had my first professional brand shoot. I created and published 6 journals, notebooks, and planners, which I was really pumped. That was one of my bucket list items. So I was really pumped about that. I held my first paid training event. I created a course. I created a free guide to help individuals overcome those mindset blocks that can come up, right? The fear, the things that push us away, that keep us from our goal, that keep us stuck and stopped. If you want that, let me know in the comments. I'll send that to you. I hired my first paid intern. I bought a new computer, and I think that sounds like a small win, but huge for operations. If anyone knows about efficiency of operations, I was literally working off this like dinosaur laptop, so that's amazing, right? Empowering ourselves in any way possible. I publish over 30 informational videos to YouTube, and that's just a partial list. I have a full list somewhere else, but I mean, I've just been able to do so many things that make me excited and passionate and really light up. And it not only helps other people, it helps me to grow. I'm always trying to grow and get new information. It always fuels me to learn and become a better coach and a better version of me so that I can support the people around me. And, whether that's getting therapy, getting my own coaching, reading, learning, all of that is part of it for me. That's my passion. It's something I love. So that is, you all inspire me too, to be a better person. To be able to do this without limits is such a freeing, rewarding thing that, I mean, the other piece too, I get to live life how I want. I was writing about this earlier in another group. I get to live the life that I want. I get to take off as much time as I need. I get to sleep in if I need to. I get to interact with people in the way that I think is best. And, that freedom just really helps me to have more energy, to have more confidence, to do the things I love too. Oh, I also refinished our kitchen table. I got a table off of Craigslist for $50, and it was this like light, I don't know what it's called, pine maybe, and I completely refinished it. It's this beautiful dark kitchen table, perfect for our little nook. I mean, I was able to do my hobbies, the things that I love. I was able to spend more time with my friends. I was able to travel more. I mean, all the things that this bigger, braver life that I've always wanted, I've been able to do those because I was guided by my values. I knew what those were, and maybe I didn't know how to articulate them at the time, but I knew it wasn't matching up. So to live that aligned life has awarded me so many joys and freedoms, and I really just feel so much more productive and whole, and I just want to share that with you. So it is possible. I want you to know your mission. I want you to know your purpose on this world. I want you to know your vision to help you make those steps going forward. I want you to know your values to guide you along the way. So if you are sitting on that threshold, you're kind of like, hey, this sounds a little bit like me, I'm here to support you with that. I've actually created a new Jumpstart program. So it's the Braver Vision Jumpstart, and this is going to help you get super clear to be able to not only know these things for yourself, but to articulate them to other people. So you're going to be able to articulate your own personal or business vision, your mission, and your values. And that's going to help guide you with every decision that you make. And it's okay to say no to stuff, right? So I recently had an opportunity I was talking to somebody about, and it just didn't feel like it didn't support one of my values. And I said no, and it felt so good because I was making that decision from the information that I knew was true and aligned for myself. And I want that for you every day and every decision that you make. So anyways, the Braver Vision Jumpstart is happening right now. What you get when you sign up, you get a one-on-one 2-hour clarity session with me. We're going to get very clear on your mission, vision, and values. We're going to create a personalized plan for you to get your next right steps in order and clear any of those mindset blocks that might be preventing you from taking those next steps. You're going to get my course, my vision, mission, and values course that I've created, a guidebook to help you go through and get very detailed support and structure around that, and 30 days of additional support. So I don't know if you've ever heard of Voxer. It's a walkie-talkie app. You'll get to Voxer me. You'll get to email me, whatever you need that guidance and support for with the mindset, with how to articulate and apply these things. There's so many uses and values I have, or of your values, right? So I have a coach that I work with, and she just announced to the world that she is now the chief marketing officer of a multi-million-dollar company. And the way that she worked up to that position, she owns her own business as well. The way she worked up to that was sharing her mission with the company. She shared the mission, she shared her story, how she's using that technology company to help her in that mission, and now she's made her way to that. What a huge accomplishment. I'm so excited for her and proud of her. When you can speak to your vision, your mission, and your values, it's going to be really hard for people to say no to you unless they're not on board, which we need to clear those people out anyway, right? So I'd love for you to have that clarity. Listen, it can save so much time. It can help you be efficient and confident and live this dream life that you want to live. I want that for you. That's my mission, for you to reach that. So message me for details, and I'm happy to explain all of the pieces that come with it and I want you to start ASAP. There's only a few spots left. So if you're on the fence, like at least message me and have the conversation. No pressure. We'll talk about it. See if it's a good fit, because I understand that too. Have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon.